Broadcasting from down on the bayou, it's the AverageMarks Pro Wrestling Podcast, a proud member of the Roar Network, powered by thegorillaposition.com. And now your hosts, Michael Leander and Patrick Fry.
And welcome to episode 64 of the AverageMarks Pro Wrestling Podcast. We are broadcasting live in the beautiful Collar and Elbow Studios. Now, shirt of the day. One I'm wearing, it is the Sarge shirt because I'm ready for war today, Randy. I'll talk to you in a few minutes. But you can get this shirt 10% off or anything at the collarandelbowbrand.com. Always having sales at their website. You can get the sale price plus the 10% off. Just use our promo code at checkout, The Average Marks. Just one word, The Average Marks.
It is the Elimination Chamber preview show as we get ready to fill out our scorecard. So if you haven't done so yet, you can pause the podcast right now, and you can, unless you're listening on KEZM, you can't pause terrestrial radio, but you can go download the scorecards at PW Scorecards on Twitter and play along with us. As I just pretty much finished filling mine out, I got to do a few more. And then we have on the line, we got Brink joining us. Brink is the new NXT AMP scorecard champ. He, after a recount, won it back at the Royal Rumble, so of course he won't have to defend it this weekend. There's no NXT show, so Brink is just me and Brink are going one-on-one. Brink was the runner-up for the Royal Rumble, so it's going to be me and Brink one-on-one, and then everybody else is just going to vie to become number one contender for Fastlane, which is coming up in a few weeks. What's up, Brink?
Are you ready to go one-on-one with the great one?
I was hoping maybe you were about to say one-on-one with the Undertaker, player.
No, that'd be a tag match, player.
Well, it was one or the other. Usually, you're gonna make a tag team match, or you're going one-on-one with the Undertaker, one or the other. It was always one or the other. That was the only two options with Teddy Long. So, and then also we got Cruz joining us. I think Cruz, I don't know, he might be fresh off of a day's sleep, but Cruz is joining us, so Cruz will be filling out a scorecard as well. What's up, Cruz? You're actually gonna be in Houston at Elimination Chamber on tomorrow.
That is correct. I will be in Houston, Texas, at Elimination Chamber, staring at Bayley's booty.
Where are you going to be? Can you kind of tell us where you're going to be sitting, maybe? Or do you know yet?
Inside the Toyota Center.
Okay, well that.
Now, are you going to put the signs by the Gooch, like we discussed, to get in the Average Marks podcast sign?
We're working on the Gooch pocket right now, trying to get signs in there.
Yes!
All right, so...
That's the only place they're not going to check.
I honestly don't remember where we're sitting. We're not on the floor, but we're kind of like in the first level. So, odds are you might see us. I hope we're like... a good camera can hit us, and you'll just see us all night.
So, check us out online, www.averagemarks.com. That's your central hub. Got some big news coming up next week about something that may or may not be called the AMP Podcast Network. Little cliffhanger there.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Stay tuned for that. But you can find us wherever we're at. Man, we're on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, you name it, we're on it. Whatever your preferred podcasting platform is, make sure you subscribe or follow your boys. You also hit us with a rating and a comment after you listen so that we get stuck in their algorithm so that other pro wrestling fans can find us. And if you want to help the show out, we got some pretty cool perks on our Patreon page as well, patreon.com/TheAverageMarks. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at TheAverageMarks.
All right, so now before we dive into the scorecards, earlier this week, you had a run-in with a certain group admin on Facebook, and this has not been your first run-in. You know, we post things on our social media, obviously, to, you know, help promote our show, and it's not, you know, we do it to promote the show, let's be honest, but at the same time, it's usually birthday posts. We are, you know, celebrating a wrestler's birthday, whether they're deceased, whether they're alive. We remember folks who would have been, you know, a certain age, whatever the case may be. That's our big thing. We put birthdays, we always recognize wrestlers' birthdays, and we always put them in these groups. And apparently there's this one group, and there's this one guy named Randy Perkins who
Oh, you just went with the last name, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I did.
I was trying to stay away from that. But,
well, you know what? He's a moron. And you had posted something earlier this week.
Yeah.
It was Tommy Dreamer's birthday.
Tommy Dreamer's birthday.
Go ahead and tell us the story. Just kind of, go through it real quick. How this all transpired.
Right, so we're doing our daily birthday posts, and we share it in different wrestling groups. And if you can't post wrestling content in a wrestling group, why do you have a wrestling group? But anyways, yeah, it was Tommy Dreamer. And I got his age wrong because Wikipedia had the date wrong. His actual birthday is on February 13th. Wikipedia had 14th. And so I said he was 47. Well, he messaged us on Twitter.
Yes,
and
he
I
did.
marked out like a little schoolgirl with the knee-high white socks and the skirt and everything, dude. I was going crazy. And I was like, oh, my God. But he said, thanks, and it's 48. Yikes. And I was like... And then I was like, oh, man, I messed up on another birthday person. We're going to have another Nick Aldis thing going on here.
Right?
So I went to Wikipedia real quick, and I noticed it said the 14th. And I was like, oh, crap. So I was like, oh, man, it's your early birthday. Sorry about that. He's like, no, it's today.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, all right.
So we had it right. We put it on the 13th.
Yes.
Which is his actual birthday. Wikipedia has it wrong. They have it on February 14th, of course, Valentine's Day. And then you posted it to this Facebook wrestling group, and then what happens?
So then this big old troll named Randy Perkins comes around again. He got out of his hole, saw another birthday post from us, and he has it out for us because I can guarantee you this guy has banned us from posting in groups at least 3 to 4 times. He's that kind of hater. I don't know why he's that kind of hater, but he is. And I tell you what, here's the Mikey Goes Mental segment here, Patrick.
Here we go.
Essentially, he said we were wrong.
Yeah.
Right?
He did.
And you opened your mouth before, and I proved you were wrong, Randy. Why don't you learn your lesson, dude? You don't know crap about wrestling. You said he was also an admin on PW Guru?
Yeah, I think he kind of runs it. I think it's called PW Guru or something. I don't know. I don't even remember.
If you have a wrestling group on Facebook or Reddit, and this guy's moderator, Randy Perkins, get him out of there immediately because, number one, he doesn't know a damn thing that he's talking about. And number two, I thought Nick Aldis had the smallest balls in the world, but apparently Randy Perkins does. Because let me tell you what happened. Not only did he come after us, and I proved him wrong once again, but then this dude not only deletes us for the second time off of the Major League Wrestling fan group, but then he gives us another ban, so we can't post in Facebook groups until February 21st. Now, I looked at your profile on Facebook, Randy Perkins, and I can tell from your picture 3 things. 1, you still live with your mother, and you probably work part-time as a cart pusher at Walmart. Number 2, you look like a homeless Muppet. Oh, my God, I'm laughing at my own jokes. You look like a homeless Muppet, dude. And number 3, you probably still wear Velcro shoes. This guy, as The Rock said, has never tasted the poutine pie. So, Randy Perkins, you, my friend, are a douchebag, and I hope Sean Mooney puts you in the hoe bag for another kayfabe commentaries because you's a hoe. All right.
So there you have it.
Screw you, Randy.
So Randy Perkins drawing major heat from Mikey O here. From this week.
I wish I wouldn't have laughed at my own stuff because I was on a roll for a second there.
Yeah, well, sometimes
but
it's funny because it's true.
The homeless Muppet line gets me every time.
I was there the whole time. He was wrong, and he was still, for some reason, trying to... because apparently he messaged Tommy Dreamer, and Tommy Dreamer was telling him, don't believe everything you see on the internet. And he thought Tommy Dreamer was talking about us, but Tommy Dreamer was talking about the fact that Wikipedia got his birthday wrong, and we actually got it right. But Randy still could not, grasp the concept that we were right and he was wrong. I don't know.
No, the message that he posted, Tommy Dreamer said, no, today.
Yeah, no, to a fault, Tommy Dreamer
should have put a comma.
Tommy Dreamer wasn't using perfect punctuation, but we're not Nazi whatever the grammar Nazis.
No,
that's what it is.
Hey, we love Tommy because when
we don't. Yeah, Tommy Dreamer can pronunciate or use mispunctuation, whatever you want to call it. He can mess it up all he wants because we can kind of figure it out. But Randy's too stupid to figure it out, I guess. I don't know.
Tommy's a fantastic guy. I remember, and this shows you how much he pays attention to social media and his fans, because I was tweeting the fact that I was marking out because I was fixing to talk to Tommy Dreamer on an Impact Pro Wrestling presser, and when I said, hey, this is Mikey O from the Average Marks podcast powered by the Roar Network, he was like, oh, yeah, I saw your tweet earlier. Thank you, man. I was like, holy crap, my day is made.
Awesome. So, but yeah, so there you go, Randy Perkins, you're a moron.
Yeah, screw you, dude.
All right, so now it's time. We got anything else we want to talk about? Oh, yes.
I mean, we can talk about Randy more.
No, we don't want to waste any more time on Randy. Monday afternoon, we're going to be out at the Lake Charles Civic Center. We're going to have to try and figure something out because the forecast is calling for 50% chance of rain. But
this weather over here, I tell you, it always ruins a good thing. Every single time.
And last time WWE came to the Lake Charles Civic Center, we went out there.
And it's probably going to be windy, too. I don't want to get your equipment wet, dude.
And here's the thing. We can talk about it. I was going to try to get the, maybe we got some tents here. We can kind of just hang the tents over, and we'll see what the weather's looking like, and we can discuss it over the next couple of days. So, but of right now, weather pending, we plan on being out at the Lake Charles Civic Center Monday afternoon, doing a little live stream, obviously reaction to the Elimination Chamber, and then talking about
superstars getting out their cars.
Yeah, we'll try and get some footage of some superstars getting out of their cars. Maybe if we can figure something. Yeah, if we can figure something out, see if we can get somebody with us, on the broadcast, trying to interact with some of them.
They'll come over to the gate and chill with you for a second.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Show up early. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, that'll be on Monday. We're going to do that Monday afternoon in Lake Charles. The day after the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, which is why we're here. So
right, and we're working closely with WWE to try to get some tickets to give away during the live stream, but don't hold us to that.
Yeah.
It could not happen as well.
Yeah. All right, so speaking of Elimination Chamber, we are here to predict Elimination Chamber, as Elimination Chamber is tomorrow. It's going on right now if you're listening on KEZM. So let's go ahead and dive into it, and we're going to start, like I said, if you want to pause the podcast right now, go download a scorecard, play along with us, and go find them at PW Scorecards on Twitter. All right, so if you look at the first match on the scorecard, it's the Cruiserweight Championship. Buddy Murphy taking on Akira Tozawa. Let's start with Cruz. If Cruz hadn't fallen, I hadn't heard Cruz in a few minutes, so maybe I guess he's still awake. Cruz, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right, Cruz, you have yours filled out. We'll start with Cruz, and we'll go to Brink. We'll go to Mikey. Is that yours, or is that Elijah's?
Elijah is punished because of his grades, so I have hopped out of my position as a valet, and now I am a performer for at least 1 week, depending on his grades.
Oh, okay, so... I guess until Elijah gets better grades, Mikey O is going to be participating. So right now it's pretty much Mikey O going up against Cruz to be the number one contender. If Conrad Lee also wants to fill out a scorecard, I don't even know if he was able to join us here. I didn't even get a chance to reach out to him. But Conrad, if you're listening, you can still fill out a scorecard and submit it to us before the show Sunday evening, and we'll put you in the running for the number one contendership. It's going to be me versus Brink for the belt just for this Sunday. So let's start with Cruz now. Cruz, tell us what you got for the Cruiserweight Championship.
Okay. Let's see here. I have Buddy Murphy winning.
Okay.
By pin, a total of 8 aerial moves, and I do believe the match is going to be over 10 minutes.
Okay. So that's what Cruz has. Let's go to Brink. Brink, I have your scorecard, so I will fill it out if you want to answer somewhat slowly. So go ahead and tell us what you have for the Cruiserweight Championship.
Murphy 7-5-3. What?
Murphy. First of all, you said 7-5-3.
Well, no, I'm just messing with you. Buddy Murphy wins by pinfall. 8 aerial moves sounds pretty good. Match time over 10. I'll say yes. It'll probably be like 11 or maybe like 10:30 or something. But
yeah, it'll be one of those things where it's barely over 10 minutes, I think. Let's go to
like 10 minutes and 5 seconds.
Let's go to Mikey O here. Mikey O, what do you have for the Cruiserweight Championship?
One guy that is definitely getting some poontang pie here. I got Buddy Murphy. Pin, 6 aerial moves, and yes, over 10 minutes.
I wonder if he makes Alexa Bliss just wear the Cruiserweight title sometimes. That would I would.
Mm-hmm.
What I have for the Cruiserweight Championship, I also have Buddy Murphy, so everybody has Buddy Murphy. I got pinfall, 7 aerial moves, and I do not think the match will go over 10 minutes.
You think it's going to be a pre-show match?
Probably.
Hey, screw these dudes so much.
I know, but yeah.
Well, it's definitely going to be a pre-show match, but I still think it's going like 10 minutes exactly.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like against Akira Tozawa, they may have Buddy Murphy. Like I said, I think it might go 8 or 9 minutes. They can put on a good 8 or 9 minute match, I believe. And the pre-show is only an hour, so as far as I know. All right, so let's go now to the next match on the scorecard. It is the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championship, the best tag team in the world, taking on the Usos. So Jimmy Uso gets to square up with some more folks this week, and get to square up now with not only the best policeman in the world, but he gets to now square up with the best tag team in the world with his brother here.
You know what? I bet you everything I own, this dude's trying to drink the pain away.
Of?
Just wrestling.
Oh, I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Or drinking the pain away of, when he went to Mandy Rose's hotel room and she took that thing off and he got to, only could look at it, and now he's like, oh, man, I could look but I can't touch. Now I got to drink that pain away. That's what I'm thinking maybe. I don't know.
Essentially, WWE needs to stop testing for marijuana.
Where'd that come from?
I'm just saying. I'm saying it would benefit a whole bunch of their people.
It would, yeah. I think it would, obviously, with all the,
And then these guys wouldn't destroy their livers with alcohol.
Yeah.
CBD is an amazing thing.
All right, so let's go to Cruz. Cruz, for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, what do you have?
I have the best tag team you've seen in forever. By pin. This is where I get fun. I have Shane pinning Jimmy because, that's what you get for going to jail, punk. And I have 4 near falls.
All right, so let's go over to Brink now. Brink, what do you have for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships?
Just about the same thing. Shane, I got best tag team in the world winning. Shane pins Jimmy because you want to go to AEW and trying to get yourself fired. By pin, I'll go 4 near falls.
4 near falls. All right. Let's go to Mikey O. Mikey O, what do you have?
Yeah, I got the best tag team as well. Pin, but I have Miz pinning Jay and 4 near falls.
I can see Liam on the Brinkman's little boy. Liam chilling, listening in on the podcast. I pretty much have almost the exact same thing that Brink and Cruz have. I have the best tag team in the world winning. I have Shane pinning Jimmy, so I have, of course, via pinfall, and I have 6 near falls. So that's the only difference I have. So 6 near falls for that match. All right, let's go now to the Intercontinental Championship match. It's a handicap match. It's going to be Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush taking on Finn Balor. And what confuses me about this is, let's say Lio Rush pins Finn Balor. Is it Lio Rush the Intercontinental Champion, or does Bobby Lashley just get it back? Is Lio Rush basically there just to win it for Bobby Lashley?
That's a great.
The fact that you have to ask that question proves that Finn Balor's winning.
Well, they could also have Bobby Lashley pinning Finn Balor. They could.
Yeah, but if they're a team, do they share it? All kind of stuff like that. Yeah, Finn Balor's winning. There you go.
They might want to set up. They might want to set up a program with Lashley and Rush so they can break them up, and it's possible the heat between who has the belt.
It could be. It could be that could be. So with that being said, as I said, let's go to Cruz, and I think we know where Cruz might be going with this. So Cruz, tell us what you have for the Intercontinental.
I picked Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush.
Oh.
No, I picked Finn Balor. Finn Balor by pin. Let's see, what's the thing here? 9 near falls. Lio Rush definitely takes the fall.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to have 5 aerial moves.
Okay, so that's what Cruz has for the Intercontinental Championship match. Let's go over to Brink now as I get ready to write down what he's got. Brink, what do you have for the Intercontinental Championship match?
Yeah, I'm with Cruz on this one. Balor wins by pinfall. We'll go 5 near falls. Lio Rush will take the fall, so that would be a yes. And I'll go 5 aerial moves.
All right, so Brink's going with 5 aerial moves there. You got Balor winning. Let's go over to Mikey O. Mikey O, what do you have?
I got Lashley and Leo winning. I got a pinfall, 7 near falls. I got Leo making the pin, so yes, and then 5 aerial moves.
Alrighty, I also have Lashley and Rush winning. I'd love to see Finn. Finn was in the Intercontinental title match last year, but he lost to Seth Rollins, who's now in the Universal title match. So I wouldn't mind, because Brink was talking about going into the Royal Rumble if, Balor loses, because this was Brink's theory, and I actually really liked the theory. He would lose to Lesnar at the Rumble. He would enter the Rumble and win the Rumble, and then come back at WrestleMania as Demon Balor and defeat Brock Lesnar. But I think they should maybe do the same thing, except now you have him lose to Lashley and Rush, and then you kind of build it up, and you have a Lashley versus Finn Balor one-on-one for the Intercontinental Championship at Mania, except you have Finn come out as the Demon. Go ahead, Brink.
Well, what if you have Finn come out as Demon Sunday?
Well,
it's a handicap match. What if Finn thinks he needs the extra edge and comes out as Demon?
Well, I guess I could kind of see that, but I feel like I don't know, Elimination Chamber, because the last time they used the Demon was obviously at SummerSlam, right? They used it at SummerSlam. So I don't know if they want to pull it out at Elimination Chamber. I wouldn't be surprised if they even built up this match, not even mentioning anything about the Demon, and then when WrestleMania comes, he just appears as the Demon, and it's kind of somewhat of a surprise. So, I mean, I would even like that they did that. I don't think they'll pull it out on Sunday, but, I mean, if they do, he's going to win the match, obviously. So, Demon Balor never loses.
I don't think they're going to have him come out as a Demon either, but if he did, it would make sense.
It would,
it's
yes.
Not just like it's Lashley versus Balor one-on-one. It's Lashley and Leo in a handicap match against Balor.
Oh, yeah. So I said I got Lashley and Rush, pinfall, 5 near falls. Leo Rush will not make or take the fall. I think Lashley pins Balor, and 6 aerial moves. That's what I got. So let's go now to the Raw Women's Championship. It's Ronda Rousey taking on Ruby Riott. So let's go back to Cruz now. Cruz, what do you have for the Raw Women's Championship?
I have Ronda with the win by submission, 11 minutes, and no Riot Squad interference.
Oh, interesting. All right, so let's go to Brink now. Brink, what do you have for the Raw Women's Championship?
I got Ronda winning, and I mentioned it on WrestleCast. Predictable is not bad. It's super predictable. There's no way Ruby Riott's winning, because Ruby Riott versus Charlotte at Mania, ? No. Ronda wins, and I think the match is going to actually be really good, and is actually going to help Ruby Riott more, because it'll show someone like Ruby, who hasn't really done all that much on the main roster, kind of up her game up and show people like, hey, she can go, and she made Ronda look pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Ronda wins by submission. I'll say 13 minutes.
Okay.
And no interference, because Riot Squad's already in the chamber. So if they're not going to come out before, because they got to prepare for the chamber match, they're not going to come out afterwards, because they'll be beat up by the chamber match. So
yeah,
no Riot Squad.
Alrighty, so let's go now to Mikey O. Mikey O, how do you see the Raw Women's Championship playing out?
Yeah, if you're watching us on live and Twitter, hop in this live chat and let us know what you think about these matches as well, because we definitely want it to be interactive. I got Ronda Rousey winning, of course. No way she's losing to Ruby Riott. I mean, come on. I got submission, 14-minute time limit, and Riot Squad interfering. I got yes.
I also have Ronda winning via submission. I think the match will last about 7 minutes. And Riot Squad, I think the Riot Squad will be there, and I think the Riot Squad will try to interfere. I think that, because I think Ruby will probably need the Riot Squad to interfere to probably maybe have a chance to kind of get the advantage on Ronda at some point. So, but I got Ronda winning, obviously by submission. All right, let's go now to the no disqualification match. I don't even know when this match was added, but Braun Strowman versus Corbin, round 58, it feels like. So, simple enough. One-on-one, no disqualification. Cruz, let's go to you. Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin. What do you have?
Braun Strowman. Actually, I have Braun Strowman by pin. I have, 3 finishers. Going against everything I felt in my body and have always done. Yes, announce table destroyed.
Yes!
Yes, outside interference.
Yeah. Real quick, Brink, before we get to your pick, I forgot to write down. I know you picked Ronda. I know you picked by submission, but what was your match time in minutes? I think it was, 14, was it?
13.
13. And Riot Squad interference, yes or no?
No.
Okay, no. All right, cool. All right, Brink, so let's go to you now for the no disqualification match, Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin. What do you have for that one?
See, we talked about this on WrestleCast. It's like, God, we're getting another Strowman versus Corbin match. We've seen that 1,000 times. And then Conrad looked it up. You know how many times Strowman and Corbin's actually fought one-on-one?
How many?
One.
Once. Wow. But
official match, just once.
Yeah, and I guess the reason it feels so long is just because they've been feuding back. It's
been boring.
Yeah, with that too. But they've just been kind of bickering back and forth, and it just feels like they've encountered each other so many times. Just, besides the only one-on-one match they've had, they've encountered each other so many different ways and stuff that it just feels. And then like Brink said, it's been just boring. Strowman, I don't know, still don't know what the hell they're trying to do with Strowman, but maybe I have a feeling something might happen in this match that someone may come out. Someone I don't know, or I feel like this match right here is going to maybe some sort of set up Braun Strowman's WrestleMania match some way, somehow. I don't think he's going to fight Corbin at WrestleMania because, let's face it, nobody wants to see Corbin and Strowman at WrestleMania. But, like, who do you find for Strowman? I don't know, because, like, last year he won the tag team titles with a freaking 10-year-old at WrestleMania. So, like, I don't know what they're, and he's not in the Universal title picture. He's not, maybe he goes to the Intercontinental Championship picture. I don't know. That's the thing. So I'm interested to see where they go with Strowman, though, because obviously they're not going to not use him at WrestleMania. Hopefully they don't put him in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, but I guess we'll see. So, Brink, you gave me your predictions on this match just now?
I did not.
Okay, so go ahead, Brink. Give us your predictions for this match.
Braun wins by pin. I'll say 2 finishers because there's no way in hell that Baron Corbin's hitting the end of days on Strowman.
How many? You said 2?
2, yeah. Now Sable destroyed, yes. Outside interference, yes.
Alrighty, so that's what Brinkman has there. Let's go to Mikey O now. Mikey O, what do you have for this match?
Yeah, just to expound on the whole Strowman thing, it makes you think, how much of a dummy or degenerate is this dude? Because obviously he's the body type that McMahon loves. Mm-hmm. So McMahon wants to put the title on him. But what is he doing behind the scenes that just makes him not title worthy? I mean, this guy must be just a straight moron.
He destroyed Vince's limo.
Well, so did Stone Cold. And he hit him over the head with a bedpan.
Yeah.
Boing.
So, all right.
Yeah. Greatest accidental spot ever.
That was so funny how the video, like he hit him so hard with the pan, the sound is delayed.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
And when he zaps him with the defibrillator, whatever it's called.
All right, I got Strowman, pin, 4 finishers. Yes, the table is going to be decimated and no outside interference.
I also have Braun Strowman winning this match via pinfall. I'll go 4 finishers. Announce table destroyed during the match, yes. And also, yes, outside interference as well. Let's go now to, let's see. We'll start with the WWE Championship Elimination Chamber match. We'll go back to Cruz. Let's see. All right, Cruz.
Give winner last?
Yeah, we'll do winner last. So go ahead and do all your extras. We'll do all of our extras first, and then we'll go back around and each say our winners.
Okay. My entrant order for the Elimination Chamber. The starting 2 are going to be Jefferson Hardy and Samoa Joe.
Okay.
Number 3 will be the new Daniel Bryan. Number 4 will be Kofi Kingston. Number 5 will be AJ Styles. And number 6 is obviously going to be Randy Orton. My first superstar eliminated, Jefferson Hardy.
Ooh.
Does a superstar go through a pod wall? Absolutely. That's a spot they do every year. Final fall, this might give away my winner, is going to be by submission. Who takes the final fall? The new Daniel Bryan. Because the superstar with the most eliminations is going to be Samoa Joe. And your new hemp belt wearing, dude slapping champion is going to be Samoa Joe.
All
And
right.
then he's going to light the hip belt on fire.
Had
And
a
we're
big-
all going to go high and
oh my Lord.
Yes.
That would be it. Boy, that sounds like a fun time in Houston, man. I'll tell you what. Go Samoa Joe. All right, so let's go now over to Brinkman. Brinkman, starting with the extras, and then you'll give us your winner last. Tell us what you have for the WWE Championship Elimination Chamber match.
Well, if anybody follows WrestleCast, shout out WrestleCast @_WrestleCast. We tend to get off topic and sidetracked a little bit, and right now I'm going to get sidetracked to make a point.
Go ahead. We got time.
First of all, congratulations to Jay White, new IWGP Heavyweight Champion.
Mm-hmm.
Jay White supposedly took over Kenny Omega's storylines, which means I think Omega was supposed to win the Wrestle Kingdom against Tanahashi. And then,
he was absolutely supposed to win at Wrestle Kingdom against Tanahashi.
So Tana won, Jay White took over Omega storylines, and now Jay White is your new IWGP Heavyweight Champion while Omega's playing in AEW. Don't you think that they did the same thing with Kofi Kingston and Mustafa Ali?
Yeah, it's it's exactly what they did with Kofi.
And it was supposed to be Ali that went an hour in that gauntlet match, not Kofi.
Exactly.
It was supposed to be Ali getting pinfalls over the champion in that gauntlet match. So I think Kofi Kingston is going to take Ali's spot, just like Ali was supposed to be booked in this match. The starting two, AJ Styles and Kofi Kingston. Number 3, I'll say Samoa Joe. Number 4, Jeff Hardy. Number 5, Daniel Bryan, obviously Lex Orton.
Mm-hmm.
Are you called?
All right.
Up, Patrick?
Oh, go ahead. Oh, wait.
No, he asked if you were caught up.
Oh, I got AJ, Kofi, Samoa Joe, and who's number 4?
Hardy.
Okay.
5 will be Daniel Bryan, the new Daniel Bryan.
All righty. Who you got number 6?
It's
a joke.
Carmella.
Carmella. Nia Jax. She's going to attack Randy Orton.
Screw Nia.
Superstar eliminated because Cruz, you're kind of right. They tend to do the same spots in every chamber match, like somebody going through the pod and all that good stuff. Another spot they do a lot is surprise eliminations. Like, wow, that guy got eliminated really quickly. First superstar eliminated me is Samoa Joe.
Oh my God!
Oh.
Superstar go through a pod wall. Yes, Jeffrey Hardy. Is that crazy?
That pick just hurt my heart, dude.
Jeffrey Hardy's the one that's going to jump off the pod.
Jefferson Hardy through the pod.
Jefferson Hardy's going to jump off the Elimination Chamber onto like an announce table. Through a pod, yes.
RKO'd through the pod because you can come from nowhere.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, if that happens, I'm popping in real life.
He'll be there in real life.
My final fall will be submission.
Okay.
Who takes the final fall? Kofi Kingston. Superstar with the most eliminations, Kofi Kingston.
Ooh.
And your winner and still hemp champion, the new Bryan.
All righty, so that's what Brink has for the WWE Championship Elimination Chamber. Let's go now to Mikey O. Mikey O, what do you have for this match?
Yeah, I got starting off Jeff Hardy, AJ Styles, then Joe, Kofi, Bryan. First superstar eliminated, Hardy. Somebody go through the pod, of course. It's going to be a pinfall. Who takes the fall? Bryan. Superstar with most eliminations, Samoa Joe, because he's an absolute animal. And the winner, Samoa freaking Joe.
There you go. All right. So Mikey O and Cruz agreeing on who's going to win the Elimination Chamber. My starting two, I got Kofi Kingston and Jeff Hardy. And then number 3, Samoa Joe. Number 4, the new Daniel Bryan. 5, AJ Styles. And then, of course, Randy Orton's last. First superstar eliminated, I have Jefferson Hardy. Does a superstar go through a pod wall? Yes. Final fall, pin, or submission, I got pinfall. Who takes the final fall? I think it's going to be Orton. And I think Daniel Bryan's going to have the most eliminations. So I got Daniel Bryan with most eliminations. And then I also have Daniel Bryan retaining the WWE Championship.
I hope both of you are wrong.
I also think he might have a little bit of help to retain.
You think Rowan's getting in the cage?
You'll find out.
Patrick's booking it.
You'll find out.
How am I going to find out?
You just trust me. You'll find out.
Okay.
You'll be there. You'll be there live, so you'll definitely find out. for sure, or not, if I'm correct.
I'm going to spoil everything because you know we're going to be ahead of everyone watching the stream.
I'm turning my phone off.
7 seconds.
Yeah, but good luck trying to text out of there. There's going to be so many people in there, your service may not be that great
That's a
to
good
get
point.
stuff out that quickly.
And by spoil everything, I'm going to give the wrong spoilers. I'm going to make everyone go like,
Well, I'd rather
"What?"
that. I would rather that than the actual spoilers. That'd be great.
That's funny.
All right, so let's go now.
Ruby Riot wins by submission.
Oh my God, Ruby Riot!
kidding.
Ruby Riot makes Ronda tap. Oh my God! All right, now let's go now to what I believe it may be the main event of the night. It's the first ever Women's Tag Team Championship match. Will crown, of course, the inaugural Women's Tag Team Champions inside the Elimination Chamber. It's Nia Jax and Tamina versus the Riot Squad versus Bayley and Sasha versus the Iconics versus Carmella and Naomi versus Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. So we're going to go back to Cruz now. Cruz, give us your extras and then your winner.
Okay. Who's first and second?
The first is going to be Sasha and Bayley and Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Those are the first two teams that have already been determined to start the Elimination Chamber.
Okay, now I see. I did this all last night, so now I see what I was thinking whenever I did all this. Okay, those are your first two. Number 3 is going to be Mela and Naomi because I want to see Naomi and Mandy Rose go at it.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4 is going to be Nia Jax and Tamina. Number 5 are going to be the Iconics. And number 6 is going to be the Riot Squad.
All righty.
First fall, who makes the fall is going to be Nia Jax. I'm purposely leaving out Tamina. Who takes the fall is going to be Mandy Rose and Deville, or one of them.
Well, you got to pick one, I think. You can only pick one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Who messed up everything? Your boy. Hang on a second.
It's okay, dude.
I mean, either answer is right. It's just you can only have one.
I think they're both going to take the fall.
Ooh,
That's how
okay.
impressive
So-
Nia Jax is.
double pin.
No, I'm not. I'm not going with that.
I think it is a possibility.
That would be sweet.
It is a
Like
possibility.
Nia puts them on top of each other and then pins them.
Yeah, I could see them doing a thing where like Nia pins both members of a team to
That would
eliminate
be-
them at one. I could definitely see that happening.
Dude, you may think you messed up, but that is dope, Cruz.
Well,
We'll accept. We will accept
Go
that.
on.
We will accept that
You gotta
answer.
change it.
But you only get the points if they both get pinned at the same time. If one or the other gets pinned,
Nia making the first fall and Sonya Deville taking the first fall.
okay.
The final fall is going to be pinned. The person who makes the fall is going to be Bayley. And the person who takes the fall is going to be Tamina. Most eliminations, Nia. Tamina's probably not going to eliminate anyone, but she's part of the team.
Yeah.
And the winners and your new inaugural Women's Tag Team Championships is the Boss and Hug Connection.
Oh, there you go. All right, let's go now to, so we got one for the Boss and Hug Connection winning the first ever Women's Tag Team Championships. Let's go over to Brinkman now. Brinkman, start with your extras, and then lastly, give us your winner.
All right. Or, who were the first two out?
It said, like, it even said on the thing, Bayley and Banks and Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville announces entrance 1 and 2. So it actually said it on the sheet.
See, that's too small. I never.
We were like
read
searching
that.
all over the internet for like, all right, who's first, and it was written on the
Gotta get
sheets.
a magnifying glass.
Shout
for
out
that.
to PW scorecards. It's there though. It's there.
P-Dub.
Oh, okay. I see it now. Yeah.
Always
there.
keeping us with the information.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Even though we can't see it and we're too dumb to look.
Yeah, you're right. So Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose and Bayley and Sasha will be the first two out.
All right. First fall, who makes the first fall? I say is Mandy Rose.
Ooh,
You
okay.
got to give us who's coming out first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like 3 through 6.
Carmella and Naomi third. Iconic 4. Riot Squad 5. Nia and Tamina 6.
Wait, hold on. So Riot Squad 5, and then Nia and Tamina last.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Mandy Rose makes the first fall.
Okay.
She pins Naomi to
Alright.
continue their storyline.
Uh huh.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful.
Final
Yeah. How you doing?
Naomi can thank Jimmy for that. All right.
final fall will be by pin fall.
Okay.
I think the self-proclaimed, well, not the self, my hottest woman in wrestling, Peyton Royce, make final fall. I think Nia Jax takes the final fall.
Oh, crap.
Team with the no prelims will be Nia. And my winners, the Iconics.
All right.
And the reason I'm picking the Iconics is because WWE has a tendency for big things like this to have the odds-on favorite not win. Look at Money in the Bank a couple years ago when Carmella won. Look at the SmackDown Tag titles when Heath Slater and Rhino won. The odds-on favorites don't normally win these matches. So I'm going Iconics.
That's a good. That's definitely a good way to look at it right there. Yeah. All right, let's go to Mikey O. What you have for this match? Starting with your extras, of course.
Okay, 3 through 6. I got 3 Riot Squad, 4 Nia and Tamina, 5 the Iconics, 6 Mella and Naomi. I got who makes the first fall? Nia Jax. Who takes the first fall? Mandy Rose. It's going to be won by pin. And who makes the fall? Mella. Who takes the fall? Bailey. Who has the most eliminations? Nia and Tamina. I got Mella and Naomi winning this because when she's
erroneous.
No. You're gonna hear it. You're gonna hear it in the interview coming up when she told me. Well, then maybe we'll just be bringing the gold to Lake Charles on Monday.
But apparently Casey Jones said Sonya Deville told him the same thing when he interviewed her. So.
Yeah, but she wasn't talking to me. And I'm a good judge of character because I know Randy Perkins and Nick Aldis are douches. I felt it in this comment that Monday night at the Lake Charles Civic Center, we will see the gold around the waist of Mella and Naomi.
All right, so that's what Mikey O has for that match. I'm going to start here for that match. Entry order, I got Riot Squad coming out 3rd. I have Mella and Naomi coming out 4th. Jax and Tamina coming out 5th, and the Iconics coming out last. I have Sasha making the first fall over Naomi. Let's see, final fall will be a pinfall. The team with the most eliminations will be Jax and Tamina, and my final fall will be Billie Kay pinning Tamina, and I also have the Iconics winning this match.
You throwing Billie Kay in there, huh?
Yeah, I think they're gonna try and give Billie Kay a little love here. I think so. I think Billie Kay will.
Some love.
I'll give both of them some love. The Iconics, but I think Billie Kay over Tamina. That's what I got. I just think it's gonna. I tried to think differently. I was like, well, and let him give Billie Kay the pinfall over Tamina, and I had the Iconics winning. So, all right, let's go now to the announce table destruction. Let's start with Cruz. I have a feeling I know where Cruz is at because he has his philosophy. But
our YouTube stopped at 39 minutes.
Really? Well, son of a gun. I don't know why.
Yeah, have big fun on the bayou.
If you remember, I have an announcement table getting destroyed in the Braun Strowman match, so I had to pick one.
Okay. Well, yeah. Go ahead then. Tell us what you got.
English, fine. Spanish, destroyed. Other, fine.
Okay. So let's go now to Brinkman. Brinkman, what do you have for your announce tables?
I got the same exact thing, said different. I got English destroyed, Spanish and other fine.
Spanish and other fine. Mikey O, what you have?
I got English and Spanish decimated, and other is fine.
Alrighty, and I have I got English being destroyed. I got Spanish and other being just fine. All right, now let's go to the everybody's favorite part. It is the unscheduled appearances. You get 5 of them this time. So let's go to Cruz. Cruz, give us your 5 and, of course, your gimmick pick.
Spoiler alert, I don't have a gimmick pick.
Oh,
no!
Can't believe
we got a table being destroyed and no gimmick pick?
Oh, Lord. What, is this really Cruz? His camera's off. I don't know if that's Cruz.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's Cruz.
I already told you. No longer hashtag the new guy.
Well, it would have to be
a gimmick. It's still a good gimmick pick, though.
It would have to be a minor league hockey player, right?
That's the only kind of hockey thing. I couldn't find anyone. Everyone's too far away from Houston.
Well, the Dallas Stars are up right there, man. You never know. Somebody might make that drive.
There.
They might make,
there.
Or they might even fly. Away. Some Dallas Stars probably make enough money to fly down to Houston and go watch that.
Probably make enough money.
Okay, they do make enough money to fly down there, but you never know. Maybe like some bench warmers might be like, nah, that's too much,
Yeah, I would say PK Subban's
I was honestly gonna go with James Harden,
that's pretty good.
That's actually
they're
not a
in
bad
the
pick.
All-Star game,
Okay,
so
maybe not.
he's definitely not gonna be there.
Well, who's scrubbing on that team?
Is there any other player on that team besides James Harden?
Yeah, you got a point. Chris Paul.
Not that I know
Chris
of.
Paul.
Chris Paul, maybe. Anyway, unscheduled appearances. I have Maria Shafir and Jessamine Duke because I couldn't think of anyone else.
That's great. Why didn't I think of that? They're going to be there for Ronda Rousey. Dadgummit.
And actually, you know what? I got a gimmick pick. It's not written down, but I got it. Drew McIntyre.
Oh, that's a good pick.
That foreshadows my interference during the no disqualification match. Becky Lynch, even though she's on suspension, I have it on good authority. She's going to be in Houston.
What authority?
That she's doing I believe it's Metro PCS signing in Houston. And also, Charlotte Flair, I also have it on good authority that she's in Houston. And that authority is a radio station she did a interview for in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
God bless her. The queen.
Okay, and we'll go. My gimmick pick is none other than Ronda Rousey's wife, Travis Brown.
Oh, all right.
Oh, dude, he's going to rule these. Everybody's going to be there that he just put in there.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, we'll see, because PW Scorecards, ironically enough, put out a statistic earlier. The last two Elimination Chambers has had a total of 5 unscheduled appearances. The last 2 Elimination Chambers. So, not a lot of people, unscheduled appearances have not been a big thing for Elimination Chamber. So, they've obviously been hard to come by, because obviously the last 2 years you've had 5 total. So, obviously there has not been 5 in one single Elimination Chamber the past couple of years. So, I think it's going to be hard to come by unscheduled appearances. But I do like some of Cruz's. With that being said, let's go over to Brinkman. Brinkman, what do you have for your unscheduleds?
I agree with the Drew McIntyre. I have him. I also have Dolph Ziggler.
Ziggler, all right.
Shinsuke Nakamura. I have Rusev.
Okay.
And I have the man who won the 2019 Royal Rumble will be facing Brock Lesnar, more than likely, Seth freaking Rollins.
All right, that's not a bad little 5 there. Yeah. I like the Rollins pick. Let's go now to Mikey O. Mikey O, what do you have?
I'm feeling pretty good about mine too. First and foremost, the man Becky Lynch. I got EC3. Here's my gimmick pick, but it's one of my 5. Deshaun Watson will be there. He's going to be first row, and they're going to show him with the camera right off the bat. You can guarantee it. Charlotte's going to be there, and Seth Rollins.
All right, let me go with my 5. I have, this is going back to when I said Daniel Bryan's going to have some help. I think I got Luke Harper. I have Bray Wyatt. I got Charlotte, Becky, and also I threw in Dean Ambrose. I guess Dean Ambrose may show up. So I think maybe Luke Harper. I don't know if Luke and Bray Wyatt's going to show up, but I have a feeling like Luke Harper may show up. And, obviously him and Eric Rowan have been a team, and or maybe Bray Wyatt. I don't know. There's a lot of speculation that because where the hell's Bray Wyatt been?
I like the Bray Wyatt.
Where the hell has Bray Wyatt been?
What about KO? Because his Twitter says soon.
I thought about Kevin Owens, but on Monday night they had a little video package. He said I'll be back in a month, and in a month is March 11th, the night after Fastlane. Apparently, I think is when we're going to see Kevin Owens back.
Maybe he's trying to swerve you.
He might be, but I started writing Kevin Owens, and I actually scratched it out. I thought maybe Kevin Owens, but I think it's still a little too early. I think they had that video come out on Monday Night Raw, said, I'll be back in 1 month. And, of course, there's only 28 days in February, so exactly 1 month from when he said it was pretty much it was on Monday, so it's going to be on a Monday again, and it's going to be Monday the 11th of March, I think, is when he'll be back.
Is it leap year when it has 28 or when it has 29?
When it's 29.
Okay.
And it's not a leap year, so exactly February is exactly 4 weeks long. So, but then that's it. That's what everybody has on Brink. I got everything written down, so I can take a picture and then I'll give this to you somehow.
That'll work.
So, All right. Well, with that being said, Cruz is going to definitely be there. Cruz, you thinking about, did you figure out what you're going to, like, make a sign of, or are you going to bring a sign, or?
Yeah. Well, I already said, remember? AverageMarks podcast.
Okay, yeah, that works.
Yeah, straight from the gooch.
I didn't. It's going to be smelling like straight Cruz gooch.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's cool. We'll definitely be on the lookout for.
At least I'm going to try and do that.
They ain't confiscating that sign.
No, they not. They said, no, keep it. I don't care. Keep it. As long as it doesn't say AEW, just keep it.
On the back, I'm going to have AEW.
Oh, my God.
You guys are going to get it thrown out.
Oh,
what
yeah,
are you doing?
You better show.
Gooch side to the Gooch is going to be AEW.
Oh,
that
Lord.
way, all they see is AMP, and they're like, what's on the other side? My Gooch.
My gooch.
Hey, guess what? If you got AEW on there, they don't care if it smells like gooch. They're giving you the Dave Portnoy NFL treatment. They're dragging you out of there.
Oh, yeah.
For the record, I wanted it to be known, and like this episode goes down in history for the invention of the word gooch pocket.
Gooch pocket.
Something I never thought was going to be said.
The gooch pocket.
Like,
All
it makes me
right.
feel good about some of the stuff that we say on WrestleCast. So,
I tell you what, it's going to be interesting to hear this
You
go out
are
on
welcome
terrestrial
for Gooch
radio.
Pocket.
gooch pocket. That'll be an Urban Dictionary in a couple hours.
Oh, somebody submit that.
Somebody invent the Gooch Pocket, a place where we can eat, hide our shit.
Oh, no. God,
you can put your
God,
weed
no.
in there.
Oh, Lord.
I think that's already been done many a times.
No, that's a different. That's the what is it? The prison wallet.
Yeah,
That's different.
The police do not fear the gooch.
That
They
goes-
will go in there.
I was about to say that
Yeah,
I think the
going off the
prison or whatever thing that's up the back door right there. That's definitely not where I want to keep anything. My goodness.
Oh, my God. Hey, if you're listening to us on KEZM, thank you so much for tuning in. A little bit later, after we go off the air, we're going to be playing our Carmella interview.
Yeah.
She called us earlier this week. We talked about Elimination Chamber. We talked about her house show here in Lake Charles coming on Monday. So if you want to hear that in a few minutes, it's not going to be on the radio because we're on a time constraint. We only got an hour. It's going to be at our website, AverageMarks.com.
Yeah, so go or on I think we have it on our YouTube page as well, so you can pretty much go anywhere and check out the Carmella interview. We don't have time to play it here on KEZM, but definitely it's available at AverageMarks.com if you want to listen to the full podcast, or if you just want to go to our YouTube page, the Average Marks. Just the interview is up there by itself, I think, on a video.
Right, and if you're listening to the podcast, hang on because it is coming here in a few minutes.
All righty. So we're getting ready to wrap this up here. Cruz, any final thoughts? You're going to be heading there, of course. Any final thoughts on Elimination Chamber?
I hope you know how during like when we watch them, I'm pretty much bored. So I'm hoping live it's gonna be riveting and hold my attention. And Bailey's butt.
Yes.
And Peyton Royce. I'm so excited. I can't control myself. I'm also looking forward to those. Oh, hey, if you didn't know, everyone, Royal Rumble, Houston, Texas, 2020.
Yep,
there.
I definitely want to be there. So if we can make that happen as a just a group, I even think Casey Jones said he wanted to go. Bryce Boudreaux's probably going. I think I saw Stefan Ortego from Eunice. He said he was going. So,
dude, we could catch the XFL game that
special
Saturday.
code we get tomorrow night, I'm going to share it with you guys.
Okay.
That way we can all.
Yeah, but I'm sure they're not going to go on sale. I would even think the pre-sale, it won't be till probably the summertime, I would think. But who knows?
Yeah,
you never know.
I have a code to where we get them first.
Yeah, I know. So once you get that code, hopefully maybe they'll tell you, okay, this code, will be like they'll go on sale this date or whatever. Hopefully they'll tell you something like that.
Yeah,
but
hopefully we know
definitely,
by the time we leave Houston.
Is that code only for you, though?
Yes, it's only going to be shown inside of the Toyota Center for the Elimination Chamber audience.
But you can definitely, take a picture or whatever.
I could definitely accidentally use it to buy 4 tickets.
Yeah, so we'll, like I said, I'm getting my income tags here soon, so you let me know. I will drop. I'm ready to drop some money on a Royal Rumble ticket for for 2020, definitely, because Royal Rumble is my favorite match of the year, and they actually haven't been to Houston since 1989. That was the last time the Royal Rumble was in Houston. Of course, WrestleMania has been there at least once. WrestleMania 25 was in Houston, which was almost 10 years ago now that I think about it. So Survivor Series was in Houston a couple of years ago, but as far as like the big major pay-per-views, other than that Survivor Series, Houston really, and WrestleMania in 09, and it's nice to see the Royal Rumble's going to come back, and I like.
And this was going to be a Minute Maid, so we have a chance of doing it under the stars.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Absolutely, and what I'm noticing now. Obviously WWE WrestleMania, they're starting to have WrestleMania in these big football, NFL stadiums, and this year for the Royal Rumble they went to Chase Field, the Arizona Diamondbacks field. Now they're going to Minute Maid, so maybe for the Royal Rumble they're trying to go after Major League ballparks, which
Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, can you imagine a Royal Rumble in Yankee freaking Stadium, man? That would be, or in Fenway, or in Wrigley, or that would be really, really awesome. But of course,
the Giant Stadium.
Now the only problem with that, obviously, is there's no roof on some of those. Like Chase Field has a roof, Minute Maid has a roof, so I don't know if they're going to go for those places that don't have roofs, like a Wrigley or like a Yankee Stadium or something like that. But I do like the idea because I loved everything about the setup of the Royal Rumble. It wasn't a traditional, it made it feel bigger. So it almost gave it that WrestleMania feel to it, and I loved that. So I'm super pumped that it's coming to Minute Maid Park in 2020, and Cruz is going to get the pre-sale code, and we're going to do whatever we can to get some tickets and be there. And I would love to make a weekend out of it, because right now I read
there's NXT and Royal Rumble. It's happening.
I did read an article that they could not confirm which we can all probably almost confirm that obviously NXT TakeOver will happen in Houston the night before, but they did not confirm if NXT would be held in Houston. It specifically said that in this article that I read, that where they were reported that Rumble's coming to Houston. They said we can't confirm that NXT TakeOver or the Raw or SmackDown will be in Houston, but the way it's been the last few years, that seems like it would be the case. We'll have, TakeOver in Houston, and it's going to be a whole weekend. It's one of the 4 big weekends of the year, 5 if you include Money in the Bank, obviously Rumble, Mania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series, and then Money in the Bank. So I guess we'll see. But if they do, I'd love to make a weekend out of it. I'll even try to find tickets. I'll throw down some more for a TakeOver ticket and a Rumble ticket, and we'll get us an Airbnb and make a weekend out of it, man, because We've all gone to wrestling events, as we're getting ready to come up on time here. We've all been to wrestling events, but I don't think any of us, at least I have never gone to one of these big events and made a weekend out of it. So really looking forward to the possibility of that if we can all make that happen. But so Cruz gave us his final thoughts. Brent, quickly, your final thoughts on Elimination Chamber for Sunday.
It should be a decent show. You got 2 chamber matches. One of them going to be history-making with the women's tags, and it's going to be a solid show. I hope Cruz enjoys it.
Yep. Mikey, final thoughts?
Yeah, screw you, Dave Meltzer. I listened to your podcast a little bit, and you said this show's going to suck. It looks like a great card, and the only stinker I see is Strowman and Corbin, because Corbin sucks. You're wrong again, Dave Meltzer.
I'm excited for the women's tag team championships to find out who's going to be the first one. I think that should be the main event of the show. That's just my opinion. It very well may be. I don't know. It is an Elimination Chamber match. One of the 2 chamber matches should, end the show. And I think it will be the women's tag team championships. When we had the first ever women's Royal Rumble, that finished the show. Did the first ever women's Money in the Bank finish that show? I don't remember. If that finished the show or not. I don't think it did, but I think this should finish the show. The first ever women's tag team championship should definitely finish the show. So that's the one thing I'm looking most forward to.
Right on. All right, we're up against time. KZM listeners, log on to AverageMarks.com so you can listen to the Carmella interview, or check us out on YouTube. Just search The Average Marks. For Cruz, for Brink, for Liam, I'm Mikey O. Patrick, get us out of here, son.
Outro.
All right, so like we said for you podcast listeners, we are not done yet. We were just signing off for our terrestrial radio affiliates. Like we said, we talked to Carmella earlier this week about Elimination Chamber, about her coming to the SmackDown house show here in Lake Charles, our hometown. Patrick, are you excited to see Carmella? Maybe a dance break?
Oh, yeah. I'm excited to see Carmella, dance break or not. She doesn't need to dance to look good, trust me.
Former Laker girl.
Exactly, yeah. She's
former Boston
She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
The queen of Staten Island.
Yeah, you got
I'm
it.
sorry, the princess of Staten Island, not the queen, not the queen of Staten Island. That was one of the questions. Was it? I think Conrad Lee.
Oh yeah.
You asked Conrad any questions y'all want to ask her. Yeah, when is she going to be the queen of Staten Island? Not just the princess. I thought that was pretty funny.
She's too young to be a queen, I guess.
She's gorgeous enough to be a queen. That is for sure.
Well, I'm definitely glad that we got face Carmella, not heel Carmella.
Oh,
The
yeah.
last time we talked to a heel girl, I got dogged out, and my masculinity was really, really hurt.
Yeah.
Screw you, Scarlett Bordeaux.
Scarlett Bordeaux. All right, so it's time to get to the Carmella interview, right?
Yeah, most definitely. Let's hit it.
Let's do this.
All right, we are live on the CBD4U.net hotline, joined by WWE Superstar Carmella. You don't have to live in pain anymore. Need help sleeping? CBD can change your life. This interview is brought to you by CBD4U.net. That's CBD4YOU.net. Carmella, what's up?
I'm doing fabulous. How are you?
I am fabulous as well. Let's start off at the very beginning. Now, you grew up in a wrestling household. You're a second-generation superstar. Your father wrestled in the 80s and the 90s. Now, in that kind of environment, and I don't know why I came up with this visualization, but God, I hope it's true. Were you like DDTing your baby dolls and maybe giving them like a Shawn Michaels elbow drop from the couch?
Oh my gosh. Well, I was definitely the coolest girl in third grade, that's for sure. I got to go around and show everyone in school my dad in these wrestling magazines, and it was really fun growing up with a dad that was a wrestler. It was really cool.
And speaking about when you grew up, did you want to be like, a hairstylist or a teacher, other stuff that little girls want, or did you know from a very young age, man, I want to be a professional wrestler like my dad?
Oh, I never thought I would be a wrestler because I never thought it was something that I could do. Growing up, I loved Miss Elizabeth. I thought she was so classy and so fabulous, but I never thought it was something that I could ever attain. So I was a dancer my whole life. I danced up through high school, and then I cheered in the NFL and the NBA. And then when I found out about the opportunity to try out, I thought, well, this is perfect because I have a passion for performing, and then with my dad's background, I can't believe I'm actually here in the WWE. It's crazy.
Exactly. And we got a few guys in our crew, and they wanted to ask you some questions. So Conrad wanted to ask you and Alexa Bliss came up from NXT without takeover matches and very little buzz. Now you two are some of the most popular women on the roster. When you got called up, what game plan did you have to make yourself stand apart from the crowd?
Oh, just being myself. I mean, I was underestimated from day one. I was the very last draft pick, brought up to SmackDown Live. I'm basically like the Tom Brady of the WWE. So I don't think anyone really had any expectations of me. So I just wanted to go out there and prove myself and prove that I belong. And I think I did just that, making history now left and right, which is really cool. And I feel so lucky for that. Just be myself and just keep working hard and know that at the end of the day, I knew what I had to offer, and it just was a matter of time before everyone else did.
That's right. And I tell you what, I should have learned this 9 to 10, maybe 16 years ago, but never underestimate Brady and the Hood. They come through every single time.
Exactly, as do I.
Now, this question is from Brinkman. He says, when you were at the Performance Center, what was the best piece of advice Dusty Rhodes ever gave to you, and what did Dusty mean to the Performance Center?
Oh, I loved working with Dusty. Working with promos, that was, for Carmella, I was never a wrestler, so I knew I had to bring something different to the table. And I thought, well, if I can't be this girl that worked on the independents and, was wrestling for years, I'm going to have like a larger-than-life character. And that was something I worked a lot on with Dusty, and he saw something in me from the beginning. The first few weeks at the Performance Center, I was in the classes with everyone who was on TV, even though I wasn't on TV. So I feel very lucky for that. He saw something in me with my character and, turned me into the Carmella you see today on TV.
Right on. This question is from Patrick Fry. He asked, how are you going to make 2019 a fabulous year?
Oh, just by being Carmella. Mella is money. And 2018 was for sure the best year of my career, and I only want to keep going up. So, right now I'm having a time of my life with being able to do these dance breaks and bring kids in the ring with us. And, 2018, I was kind of a bad girl, so it's nice to play the good girl now and have some fun with the fans and interact with them. So I'm having a great time.
Right on. And you've had the opportunity to have a lot of firsts in your career. You were the first Miss Money in the Bank. Now you're in the first Women's Tag Team Championship match. Describe what that feels like to you when you get the word, hey, you're going to be in the mix.
Man, it's so crazy, and I feel so lucky to know that I will forever go down in history as the first ever Miss Money in the Bank. And now I get to be a part of the first ever Women's Tag Team Championship match at Elimination Chamber. It's so surreal. And that's all I can ask for is, working so hard to get here and knowing that no matter what happens, I'll go down in history. So it's such a cool feeling. I just want to pinch myself that I'm even involved.
Right, exactly. You and Naomi teaming up at Elimination Chamber this Sunday. It's going to be absolutely epic. Then you're coming to Lake Charles the next night. Now,
maybe we'll be coming there as Women's Tag Team Champions.
I hope so.
You never know.
Now, the Elimination Chamber is a brutal match. How do you recover from a match like that to go right to another city the next day and perform?
Oh, it's definitely going to be tough, that's for sure. I mean, I was in a part of the first ever Women's Money in the Bank ladder match, and that was pretty brutal, so I can't even imagine what this is going to be like. But the show must go on, and that's the job we have as a WWE Superstar, to keep pushing through, and I'm sure it's not going to be the most pleasant match, but I just want to push through, and I'm really excited to be in Lake Charles. Hopefully we'll be having those titles, and we'll have a title match that night. And of course, all of your favorite superstars will be there. R-Truth will be there, and I'll be with him in his corner for his U.S. title match. And Randy Orton, Daniel Bryan, The Miz, everyone will be there. So
and speaking of your partner R-Truth, what did you think when Nia Jax came out and totally blasted him in the Royal Rumble?
Oh, Nia Jax is a brat. She's a bully, and I don't think it was right that she did that. But it is what it is. He won the title the next that Tuesday, I think it was. So I guess the joke's on her.
Right, and then you talked earlier about how you idolized Miss Elizabeth. Also, Trish Stratus was a huge wrestler that you looked up to when you were young. What did you take from both of their games?
Man, I mean, I love Trish's story because, again, she didn't come from wrestling, same with me. And I love that she just worked really hard to prove herself. And, she made history left and right as well. So it's really cool to, try to, no one could ever follow in her footsteps, but we can try.
And you're also a certified fitness instructor and personal trainer. When wrestling is done and it's in the rearview mirror, are we going to see a Mela Jim?
Oh, who knows? I don't know. I try not to think about that. I'm just living in the moment, having a great time, focusing on those tag titles, and who knows? We'll see what happens in the future.
Well, we're very excited to see you Monday night. SmackDown roster coming to the Lake Charles Civic Center. Road to WrestleMania. For people that don't know out there, WrestleMania is the Super Bowl of professional wrestling around the world. Mela, thank you so much for your time. We look forward to seeing you Monday, and hopefully, yes, you are bringing the gold to Lake Charles. Good luck in your Elimination Chamber match, and we'll see you.
Great, thank you so much. Don't forget, tickets are still available, so we'll see you there on Monday. Don't miss it.
All right, there you go. She says she might be bringing that gold home.
Yeah, she seemed pretty confident that, hey, her and Naomi is going to walk out as the first ever women's tag team champions, and she's going to, I tell you what, whether it's them, whether it's Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose, or the Iconics, I picked the Iconics obviously to win. Hopefully they show up Monday, so that way we can kind of get the first look of the new first ever women's tag team champions, and we get to see that gold, those belts in person. That would be really, really cool. So fingers crossed for me personally, or for us personally, that a SmackDown team wins it, so that way we could see it Monday night here at the Lake Charles Civic Center. But if a Raw team wins, then the folks heading over to Lafayette Monday night, they're going to get to see it firsthand in Lafayette at the Cajun Dome. That's where Monday Night Raw will be on Monday night. So,
yeah. Thanks for listening. If you are listening to our podcast, make sure you hit us with a like, you hit us with a subscribe, you hit us with a comment, so we can be putting the algorithm on your preferred podcasting platform. Dude, this Bang energy drink is just giving me the burps.
Yeah, I guess that's what them energy drinks do. I don't drink those energy drinks, though.
I tried to burp off to the side. Did you catch any of those?
I did not. I don't think.
I was hoping
as long as it's over there.
Because they were, man, this thug dude just keeps walking back and forth downstairs.
I don't even notice.
Anyways, hey, this is our first episode on Wrestle Wrap Up, the YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, big shout out to Wrestle Wrap Up for allowing us to be on their YouTube channel. They're going to post our episodes there from now on. So big thanks to Wrestle Wrap Up. Be sure to go follow them. They're on YouTube, and are they on any other social platforms? I don't know.
Twitter for sure.
They're on Twitter as well. Wrestle Wrap Up is another place you'll be able to listen to the Average Marks. So big thanks to Wrestle Wrap Up for having us.
Yeah, he posts a lot of content. So if you're looking for news or you're looking for rumors, Wrestle Wrap Up is where you need to be. Go ahead and subscribe to it.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else to say before we get out of here.
Well,
I feel like there is. Weather permitting.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing that live stream Monday.
Yep.
At the Civic Center. Hopefully we can catch some superstars to come over in our little nook and cranny over by the gate. But you said there's 50% rain. And knowing Southwest Louisiana, by the time it gets to Monday, it's going to be 80-90%.
Yeah, so if I can pull it up here really, really quick and give a little weather forecast for Monday.
You know, our city, Lake Charles, Louisiana, and you can check this out. We are always in the top 10 rainiest cities in the U.S., and a lot of times we're in the top 5. And last year, I know we got to be in the top 3 because it rained so much. And then this year, it's about the same. It rains all the time.
So on Monday, 30% chance of showers, mainly afternoon, which is not good. Partly sunny with a high near 62, and then Monday night, 50% chance of showers. So probably between 30 and 50% chance of rain for us Monday afternoon. So we'll see. But we got some tents. Maybe we could try and get up a tent, and we just put the equipment under a tent, or we can actually keep.
What did it say? Because I thought it was going to be windy too. Did it say wind gusts around 20?
Oh, I closed it out.
It's going to be that dadgum sideways rain, dude.
Let's see. Yeah, northeast wind around 15 miles per hour. Gust high as 20. 15. Yeah, so it's gonna be windy too. So it's gonna be very.
I don't know, man. I don't feel comfortable having your equipment out there.
And we'll see on Monday. We're gonna be here down the street Monday. We're gonna kind of.
Did you get insurance?
No.
Okay.
I did not. We'll figure something out. If we just have to do it through our phones,
it's not looking good.
If we have to just do it through our phones, so be it. You know. Well, I'll get us a little. You know, I'll do it. We'll do it through the phone or something. We'll figure it out. Well, we have backup plans. Yeah. It may not sound and look as good as this right now, but
do we?
We do.
Oh, okay.
We do. I do, at least in my head right now. We can discuss them as we go.
What number iPhone do you have?
It's iPhone 7.
Is that the one that's water resistant?
I don't know. I've never tested it, so guess we'll find out Monday.
Dadgummit, this weather.
All right, let's go ahead and do our second outro here for the podcast. So,
all right, big props to Wrestle Wrap Up. Thank you so much. Big ups to Conrad. He's the one that hooked us up with Wrestle Wrap Up.
Yeah, Conrad's been a big time game changer for us for sure.
And speaking of game changer, we're about a week away from releasing the information on the AMP Podcast Network.
Yeah.
So make sure you stay tuned for that. Patrick, do what you do, son.
Outro.
You've been listening to the Average Marks Pro Wrestling Podcast with Michael Leander and Patrick Fry. All opinions discussed in the show are those of the Average Marks and do not represent any wrestling company, organization, or individual. For more information on the show, follow us on Twitter and iTunes. AMP is a proud member of the Roar Network, powered by thegorillaposition.com.